Some of the Great Old Ones Are on the Pitch by Brian M Milton from the charity anthology Flotation Device. And thanks for those points, Tam. Next up, we have a Mary to tell us about one of the wee games from last night. What's on your mind, Mary doll? Oh, big man! Did you see the nonsense at Firhill last night? It was fucking terrible. Now, Mary, I'm going to have to ask you to watch your language there. Our beat machine's out of action after the Old Firm match last month. Aye, they sure swear a lot. Thanks, Mary. Anywho, we don't often get a Partick fan on, so you'll have to fill us in on what happened. You didn't know? God, sometimes things happen at other clubs, you know. You wonder what has to happen for you to notice something that's no Rangers or Celtic. Anyhow, it was all going well for the Jags until a nutter for the Dundee end ran on and starts chanting. He's doing all that jumping around and screaming like the All Blacks at the rugby, and it's all a bit of a laugh. Then suddenly he points his finger at the ball and it explodes. It explodes. Did you have too much on Byres Road before you went to the game? No, I did know. Just a couple in tenants aforehand. They've got a belter reporter on. But I was there, and I'll tell you, it went just like that. Pop. I blame these stewards myself. They should have been on him as soon as he jumped up. There he was, in the middle, and the ball goes pop. Then he jumps around a bit more and pulls out this mental big knife and waves it in the air, dancing around like he's on the X Factor or something. Then, right there, he cuts his own throat and falls down dead. It put me right off my pie, I tell you. Well, it would, wouldn't it? Do you know why he did that? Oh, I'm coming to that bit. So, he's dead on the grass like, and all the numpties for both teams are stirring around without a clue. Then there's this almighty roar, like, I don't know, like if Godzilla and Nessie was having a fight in the Clyde, and the grass all rips up around his body, and all these tentacles come out. Tentacles? Aye, tentacles. Like on an octopus or something. They're all coming out the ground and waving about, and they Jessies doing the Dundee end are all wailing, and their players are all running about and going mad. No, the Jags, of course, made of better stuff. They was pushing for the equaliser. But then a tentacle grabs wee Davy McClintock, our winger, and gives him such a dunt aft the grass, his head comes right aft. I mean, after the nutter done his throat, I had to put my pie down. But now I've had the fair bulk. A guy 2 over lost it totally like, and spewed all over a wee lad from Drumchapel. It was no a pretty sight. But how did you get away? Did you think it was all over? Oh, no need for that. You see, we've a wee section down the front, beside that family section for these Syrian refugees. One of them is a right laugh in the pub after. He used to work in one of their historical ruin places. Can't remember the name. And he's read a lot of old books. Keeps telling his daft stories of Babylon and they Persians and that. They're all like that 300 film, but even more mental. So he suddenly jumps up for his seat, walks onto the pitch, all calm like, and does his own wee song and dance. He's a right wee mover and all. He's twirling and swaying and singing in this really weird way, his voice all wobbling back and forth. The weird thing was that he wasn't loud, but we could all hear him. Those mad tentacles all waving over his head, and him just dancing a wall like he's at a Kelly. Then, just like that, the tentacles goes back into the ground. That's it. And the ref abandons the game. Which was a shame, as I'm sure even without our winger, we'd have got the next goal. We all go down the boozer and buy wee Annis a celebratory ginger. Well, Mary, that's quite the story. Are you alright after it? Okay, but what I want to know is the SFA going to make Dundee compensate us for wee Davy McClintock? He was dead good, so he was. Well, who can say, Mary? The ways of the Scottish Football Association are not for us mere mortals to understand. And now to a more important question on Rangers' new signing from Jim. Thank you.